Hello friends, this is Assistant Professor Shamim Memon. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel SJN Commerce Channel. In this video, we are going to learn univariate, bivariate and multivariate data and tabulation of data. Okay, so let's start with univariate, bivariate and multivariate data. As you all can see on screen, I have uh, put this particular content in distinction between formats so that it will be easy for you to understand as well as remember. So, what are the number? How many variables are there? If it is univariate data, then it will have only one variable. In this kind of data, it will have only one variable. If it is bivariate data, then it will involve two different variables. And if it is multivariate data, then there will be three or more than three variables. After that, the next point can be example. Okay. As I said, only one variable involved in the data, so that can be like weight in kgs of patients, or it can be mass, it can be height. Okay, so this is the example of weight of patients. Bivariate data, we can see here two kinds of variables are there. First is temperature and second is sales of a particular brand of ice cream. Here you all can see a particular pattern in two variables. As the temperature is increasing, the sales are also increasing here. Then multivariate data. Here I have taken example of three variables: the cholesterol level, blood pressure, and weight. Okay, so these are the cholesterol levels of different patients, blood pressure, and weight of those patients. Okay. Then the next point can be nature. So when it is univariate data, this is the simplest form of analysis. It involves simplest form of analysis. When it is bivariate, as two variables are involved, it will become little complex. And when three variables or more than three variables are involved, that is the most complex form of analysis. After that, the next point is about analysis. Now, what is the purpose of analysis in case of univariate data? How we can analyze, or what will be the purpose of analysis? Here we will just try to describe the data and find pattern in it. Okay, so we will just try to describe here. Then the next is about bivariate. Here we can do comparison, we can do relationship prediction, we can do cause and effect explanation. Okay, what is the cause and what is the effect of that? That kind of explanation study we can do. As I explained you here in this example, temperature is increasing and ice cream sales are increasing. So definitely there must be some relationship between these two variables. So when we are doing analysis of bivariate data, we try to do comparison, we try to find out a particular relationship, we try to explain cause and effect. Okay, when it is multivariate, same things we are going to do. We will do comparison, we will do a relationship study, we will do cause and effect explanation study. What are the techniques used when it is univariate data? Simple techniques can be used like central tendency measures of central tendency like mean, median, mode. You can describe the data through measures of central tendency. You can you can use measures of dispersion to calculate like range, then mean deviation and standard deviation. Okay, frequency distribution tables you can use to describe your data, histogram, bar charts. Okay, these are the different techniques which you can use to analyze the data. What about bivariate? If it is bivariate data, then you can use correlation, regression analysis. You can use scatter diagram to present your data. Okay, if it is multivariate, then you can use correlation, regression, you can use factor analysis, you can use multivariate analysis of variance, that is also called as MANOVA. So if you are not aware of these things, I will be making videos on these things also, so you all can see afterwards. Cluster analysis you can use. Okay, so these are little advanced techniques of data analysis that you can apply for the multivariate data. Then talking about the next point, cause and effect relationship. This is C and E, that is cause and effect relationship. It does not deal with cause and effect relationship, obviously, because here only one variable is there, right? And in case of bivariate and multivariate, definitely we are going to see the cause and effect relationship. We are going to analyze, we are going to find out cause and effect relationship. Then one more example I have given here, students, for you all, that is result of students. That can be only, that is only one variable, so it is univariate data. Okay. When you are looking at a particular data in which gender and result both are given, this will be your bivariate data. Why? Because two variables are involved, gender of the student and result in percentage. When it is multivariate data, to explain that, I have taken example of analysis of result only, the extension of this example, gender and result. What I have included, see, first gender, second result, then method of learning and study hours in number. Okay, so these are four variables here. You are going to analyze whether gender is having an effect on result, or whether method of learning or study of arts is having any effect on the result. So here your result is dependent variable, right student? Your result is the dependent variable. So it is dependent on gender, method of learning and study hours. So you are going to see whether this independent variables like gender, method of learning and study hours are having any effect on the result. Okay, most of the time we have seen that boys and girls results are compared in study because they are not same. So we want to analyze whether gender is having any effect on the result, whether any relationship is there between two, whether method of learning is having any effect on the result. Okay, so this was the example of multivariate analysis, multivariate data. The next part in this video I'll be covering is about tabulation, organizing sample data. How you can organize your sample data through tabulation and graphs. For graphs, I'll be making a separate video. Now we will start with tabulation. This is the simplest and most revealing device and of summarizing data. So if you want to summarize your data, this is the simplest and most revealing device. So this is the simplest method, and here you can include many things in a summarized way. So what is table here? Table is a systematic arrangement of statistical data in columns and rows. We all know what is table. It is nothing but it will include columns and rows, but we have to arrange it in a systematic way. ऐसे नहीं है कि कोई भी columns ले लिए, कोई भी rows ले लिए and just you are putting the data. It should be arranged in a very systematic way. Then what is the purpose? Why we prepare table? Simplification, easy location of desired information. So if the information is given in paragraphs and paragraphs, it becomes complicated. So when it is put in table, it becomes very simple. It becomes very easy to locate the desired information. Suppose you want to find out the how many girls are there in particular class or in your data, or how many boys are there, or you want to know the ranks of the students or percentage of the students. So if it is given in paragraph, you won't be able to locate your desired information easily. But if it is given in table, it will become very easy to find out or to locate what information you want. Then it facilitates comparison also. As I said, you can compare gender wise, you can compare religion wise, you can compare caste wise, you can compare or any other suppose variable you have taken, like how I have taken in the previous example, study hours. You can compare the percentage and the study hours. Okay. Then the most important and the simple purpose is using minimum space. The paragraph wise explanation or presentation will take too much space, but if same thing is presented through table, it will take very less space and maximum data you can show there. Okay. Then what are the parts of table? Table number, yes, we know this. Table number should be there in your data if you are preparing your project. if you are preparing your project report, every table should be given a number. Okay. Title of the table should have title, like what the table includes. You have to write on the top of the table. Now it can be like socio-economic profile of the respondents, or income of the respondents, or it can be gender of the respondents, or satisfaction level about so and so. It depends on your research, what research is. Accordingly you have to write the title of the table. Then we have caption, that is column heading. Every column should have heading. Stub is the row heading. Then body, main body of the table. Then it can have head note, like in accounts we write on the right hand side, we write rupees in thousand or rupees in lakh, something like that. Okay. Then footnote is also included sometimes. When footnote comes, it comes when some extra information you want to give to the reader, when you want to explain a difficult concept which is included in the table, so you want to convey the meaning of that concept, that time you have to include footnote. It comes at the end of the table. Okay. Footnote is not a part of the table, that is main body and all. It will come after table is completed, but it is considered as a part of the table. I mean to say, it will not come inside of the table, it will come after the table is completed. Okay. So table number, title of the table, caption, stub, body, head note and footnote, these are the parts of the table. Then general rules for tabulation we will see. Logical order, yes, we know this, should not be overloaded. बहुत सारा information you cannot put in a table, it will become very complicated. We want to make it simple, right? Why we are making table? Because we want to have simplification. So if you are including too many things in one table only, it will be overloaded, it will not look eye catchy, it will not have the purpose, it will not serve the purpose of easy location of information. You have to avoid abbreviations in table, students. You cannot use short forms. Avoid ditto marks because sometimes it is misunderstood as 11. So you have to write again everything. Table should suit the size of the paper. So according to the size of the paper, जो भी है A4 है, legal है, उसके हिसाब से you have to make the table. Okay. Then what are the types of table? Simple and complex table, the first type, and the second is general purpose table and special purpose table, that is also summary table. So this we'll see in different bifurcation kind of thing I have mentioned here. Simple table, only one characteristics of data is shown, that time it is called as simple table. What is the other name for simple table? One way table. What is complex table? It is also called as cross table. Okay, when it comes to cross table, student gets scared like, oh my god, what is this and all. It's very simple. Cross table is only your complex table. So here two or more characteristics, if you want to show two or more characteristics of your data, you have to use complex table. Okay. So here you can see what I have written. Two-way table for double tabulation. Okay. Cross table, other name is cross table is the other name. It is for two characteristics. Okay. And when there are three characteristics, it is called as table tabulation. When there are four characteristics, it is called as manifold tabulation or higher order tabulation. Same thing I have written in simple way. You all can see when two characteristics are shown in a table, that table is called as two-way table or double tabulation. Okay. When three characteristics are put in a table, it is called as treble table. When four or more than four characteristics are shown in table, it is called as manifold tabulation or higher order tabulation. So this can be asked in MCQ, students, this. Okay. Now we will see one example of simple table. I am showing here example of simple table. Okay. This is the age in years and these are the frequency. So if you all can see, this table is number of employees in SBI. So number of employees in SBI, age is the variable which is shown here, right? So that's why this is simple table. We will see more examples. Which characteristics is shown here? Age. Okay. The same table I have put again here. That is one way table. That's why it is one way table. Now you can see in this table, how many features of your data are shown? How many features of your data are shown? Can you make out, students? Can you make out? Here age is written and here males and females means what is the other characteristics? Gender. So two-way table. This is two-way table because two characteristics are shown in the table. We will see the next example now. The next example is three characteristics. Now why I am saying three characteristics? Because one variable is age of these employees. The second variable here male female. Can you see M and F? Second variable is male female. So here this is about gender, and the third characteristics of the employees is rank. Okay, so data is divided between officers, assistants and clerks. Okay, so this is about rank. So age, gender and rank. So in this way this is three characteristics means three-way table. In this table we can see four characteristics: age, rank, male female means gender, and one more is religion. So this is four-way table, four characteristics are there. Now we will see the next type of table, that is general purpose table and special purpose table. What is the other name for general purpose table? A reference table or repository table. Okay. Special purpose table, what is the other name here? Summary table and derivative table. Now why it is called as derivative table? Because this table, this special purpose table is derived from general purpose table. Okay, it is come from general purpose table, that's why it is called as derivative table. Now we will see the next point. It provides information for general use. General purpose table will include information for general use, and special purpose table will include information for a specific purpose, specific use. You will come to understand, you will come to know why I am saying like this through the example. We will see this now only. We are going to see what is the next point? Detailed information with lengthy data. So this general purpose table will have detailed information and the data is going to be very lengthy. Okay. Example I have taken here, table of census report. Okay. So in census report you will find information about gender, age, income. You will find this information city wise, village wise. Okay. Then employment level, so many things will be included in one table only. So it is going to have detailed information plus it will be lengthy as well. Okay. Comparatively summarized information is included in special purpose table compared to general purpose table. Okay. Not constructed for comparison or specific discussion. So this general purpose table is not prepared to have a comparison, क्योंकि इसमें बहुत सारी information होती है students, तुम compare नहीं कर सकते हो किसी चीज को किसी चीज से. If you want to compare, you have to prepare general purpose table from special purpose. You have to prepare special purpose table from general purpose table. I hope this point is clear. Okay. So this special purpose table will provide information so that you can have a comparison. Okay. Now I have taken an example here. Table on employment, gender, year and state is a special purpose table. So if you see census report, उसमें तुमको बहुत सारा डेटा मिल जाएगा. इसके अलावा employment, gender, year and state के अलावा भी बहुत सारी information होगी. So from this report you are prepared special purpose table, जिसमें तुम लोग क्या लेने वाले हो? सिर्फ you will be taking only employment level, state wise, year wise and gender wise. Okay, so you can have a comparison year wise, कौन से year में employment ज़्यादा थी कम थी. You can have a comparison gender wise, who is more employed, unemployed, male, female. Okay, state wise तुम compare कर सकते हो कौन से state में employment ज़्यादा है, unemployment ज़्यादा है. This kind of comparison you can have. Okay. Source of special purpose table. So your general purpose table is a source of special purpose table. ऐसे क्यों बोला है? Because your special purpose table जो है वो general purpose table से बनने वाला है. So that's why your general purpose table is a source of special purpose table. Then what about a special purpose table? As I said already, I have told you all that it is derived from general purpose table. Okay. Where it is placed, usually it is placed in the appendix of the report for reference. So जो तुम्हारा report रहता है उसके आखिर में तुम एक appendix नाम की चीज बनाते हो. In that you include all the tables and all or the extra information that you have used for preparing your report, तो वहाँ पे इसको place कर देते हैं. And when it comes to special purpose table, it is usually placed in the data interpretation and finding, और उसके बाद में उसका हम क्या लिखते हैं, explanation लिखते हैं. So it comes in findings and data interpretation, ये वाले chapter में you have to put this table. Okay students, so these are some of the examples. This you all can do later. Okay, so here I can end my video. Now before ending the video, I can tell you that who can use this video. This video will be useful to CMA foundation students. Okay, this will be useful to MCOM students, those who have research methodology and business statistics, this kind of subjects. Okay, they can use this video for their understanding. Plus next stage students can also use this video, can also watch this video. So please students, subscribe करो मेरे channel को, and hit the like button as well. Subscribe button आप hit करिए, so that whenever I'll make new videos based on statistics, you will be able to get a notification for the same. Thank you.